doing this video all on my own today, like I did the last one. So you won't see my face most of the time, which will be quite good for you. So I'll be sort of sitting up and getting on with the drawing, and you'll be able to see what you need to see down here, okay? So this afternoon we're going to, or this morning, whenever you're doing this video, you're going to create a piece of work when you finished it that will be, it will be a kind of a collage, a paper cutout drawing of negative and positive spaces. Now that sounds really complicated and probably a bit boring, but it's going to be really fun and quite easy. And all you will need is some white paper, preferably 2 sheets of this. That I've just got some spare there. So 2 sheets of A4 paper and some colours, whether they're felt tip pens, pencil crayons, wax crayons or anything, and a Pritt stick and some scissors. And I think that is all we'll actually need this afternoon. I think that's all that we need. So but like I say, you can use felt tip pens, you can use any colours you want to, but I'm going to stick to my pencil crayons this afternoon. And if I can do it, I had a bit of an accident with a carving knife trying to cut a bread roll earlier. So hopefully I'll be able to manage. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to actually I'm going to lean on that. You're going to use this for your main drawing. So you're going to fold that in half. Let's move that away so you can see. You're going to fold that in half, and you're going to make this piece of A4 paper into an A5 piece of paper. Okay? Now, the best idea is to actually cut this in half, because you can tear it, but sometimes it gets a bit, the edges aren't as neat, and we need the edges to be quite neat on this. So I'm just cutting this in half, and we'll only actually need 1/2 of this sheet of paper. So we need 1.5 sheets of A4 really. That one we don't need. I'm going to put that one out of the way. So this now is half the size of an A4, which means this is A5. Okay? And you're going to colour this in. You're going to completely fill that with colour, and then we're going to do something with this involving cutting and sticking and putting it onto this background here. So for now we don't need that. We're just going to be using this, and we're going to colour it all in. So I am going to use a piece of paper though to just put underneath it, just so when I can colour this in, I can go right to the edges without it going on the table. Now, like I said, you're going to colour this, colour this whole thing in. You can do it in stripes, you can do it in swirls, you can do it any design you want to. I'm going to start off with putting a bit of blue on. Try and do it as neat as you can, because it's not really scribble as such. It's more creating a nice background. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for now with the blue. And I'm thinking, right, okay, what colour might go nice next to that blue? I think I'm going to try this one. And if you're using pencil crayons, you can go over the top of them. Don't try it with felt tip pens. It won't work. The paper will end up really soggy and you will ruin your felt tips. But you can do it with wax crayons, and you can do it with these pencil crayons. And you can see that I can go right over the top of that blue, creating a different colour. I'm not going to go over the whole bit of blue, because I actually still want some like that. And I want some this colour too. Now you can choose as many colours as you want to for your background. I don't know if I've used that one. Choose as many colours as you want to for your background. You can just decide, make it up as you go along. You can keep changing your mind, adding different colours. I think I'm going to keep 2 sort of blues and greens and purples, blues, greens, purples with a bit of a pop of orange. Quite like orange. I'm going to get these two out. I'm trying to go and keep to those colours to fill in all this piece of paper. Don't really rush to do this. You can see I'm doing it quite quick, but I'm being really careful to fill in every bit of this paper. There's that colour again. See what that's like going over the orange. I'm getting a little bit of an imprint of the table. But that's okay, that's adding a bit of visual texture to it. Just make sure you cover the whole thing. Have some pink. Now that pink going over that green will create a different colour entirely. There. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll go off camera, I'll press pause, I'll go off camera and I'll finish that off. So the next time you see, hopefully that will all be finished. This bit here, look, that bit will all be finished in colour and it will look really beautiful. So I'm just going to press pause and then I'll see you when it's done. Okay, there we are. I've done that. You see? Yeah, so I've coloured it in really quite neatly. I've done some overlapping with my pencil crayons and I've completely filled the whole area. Okay, so that is all ready for the next stage. And good job I put that piece underneath because I have gone over it quite a lot. So, don't need that bit anymore. So this is the piece that this is going to stick onto. So that looks like a frame at the moment, doesn't it? Actually looks quite nice like that. But we're going to cut into this and then we're going to fold areas back. So what we're going to do now, you could draw it on the back how you want to cut it out, but I'm kind of not going to do that. So I might start by cutting a shape out like that. I'm just cutting like a wiggly shape out. Okay. So that can go on there like that. Now we've cut that shape from there. It was like that, wasn't it? Yeah. And now what we're going to do is we're going to stick it on there like that. So that needs to be up there quite a bit. And I will stick these bits down as I go along because they will end up moving all over the place. And roll my sleeves up for this job. And you will need to keep placing this bit, which is your main bit, back on the paper. And you're kind of creating what could be sort of like a bit like a jigsaw. Okay. So this piece is going to go quite near the top of the paper like that. Okay. Sort of that way, wasn't it? Like that. So then that, because at the end when we finished we will be sticking this down as well. Not quite stuck that down very straight. Kind of needs to be a bit more like that. Okay. And you can see at the moment where that's come from, can't you? Yeah? That's a bit like a sweet or a dog bone at the moment. Now I've done that top bit, and now might cut a piece out of here and stick that onto there. I might keep this bit quite straight. Might cut the edge off here like a rectangle. Now you can make this as complicated or as simple as you want to, but remember this bit goes back to there like that. Now this piece that we've cut out was there, wasn't it? But it's now going to go just there like that. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Got plenty on it. Try not to stick my plaster to it. So it wasn't there, was it? It was that way. So lining that up with that, we're going to use that bit there and stick that there. So we've got two pieces stuck down there. Okay. So far it's looking like that. Now I'm going to go for this corner. Might do something with this corner, and then that piece, I've got another piece under there, I'm going to get rid of that. So we've only stuck two down so far. Now this piece, I'm going to cut the corner off and maybe stick that down there. So I could cut that bit like a quarter of a circle, and I do need to keep putting this back in place, lining it up with those bits. Now we've cut that off there. Now that bit, you can either stick it there like that, or you can turn it round and put it in that way, the opposite way, which is kind of what we did there. Doesn't really make much difference to that rectangle. So do whatever you think looks best. Put it back, have a look. I'm just sort of aiming for that corner. I think I might do that, you know. Which looks better? Oh, I don't know now. No, changed my mind. I'm going to do that way. So there aren't any rules. You're just going to use this to cut into and stick onto your background. Just line those two up with that, what we've done, and then stick that in the corner there. So I've stuck 3 bits down so far. Now you might cut a big piece out that you can't fit on there, because if I was to cut a big piece out here and try and stick it on there, it would, wouldn't it, hang off the edge of the page. So the bits that you cut out along the side, you try to make them quite small so they will still fit along this edge. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create something in the middle, and I'm going to cut a piece out here. So what I'm going to do is, you can either just push your scissors in, or you can fold it. Now if you wanted to do something that was symmetrical, remember we've talked about this before, you need to fold it, and I will cut a symmetrical thing out, just so you can see. So you're just chopping bits out of your drawing, but you could stick this on somewhere else if there's space. I think this is going to look a bit like a butterfly. Oh, looks another bit like a dog bone. So we stick that there, like that, line it up. Then you could stick this somewhere. You might want to stick that somewhere. You might not want to. You might just want to leave that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one at the moment, but I have decided that I'm going to cut another one out. This time, I'm just pushing my scissors into my drawing, and I'm going to try and create something that's a bit curvy. And I'm not going to be using this because I won't be able to fit this onto my background, but I'm going to cut that off. you're almost drawing with scissors. So I'm going to put those there for now. So I might use them there. Can you see what I've got now? I've got two shapes in the middle there. And when this is all stuck down, it will really start to come together. I'm going to cut a piece off here and to make this a curly piece. I'm being careful to keep it quite small so it will fit on, because that's going to go there, isn't it, back to the top, like that. That's going to go there. Now this bit was like that, but I'm going to turn it over and stick it there like that, so it's sticking on the bottom. And you just build your picture up however you want it. And yours will all look completely different because your colourings will be different. You will use a different colouring technique. You'll have used different colours. So far I've got that, but I have got these that I could even chop down a bit and probably use those somehow. But I'm just going to leave those there for now while I do something with this edge. I might do the corner. Do something a bit spiky. Careful not to make it too big or it won't fit on my paper. Right, so line it up again. Now that was there like that. Yeah, that came off there. I'm going to turn it round, or I could put it like that, or I could pull it down there like that. Line that up with there, and deciding how I want to put that. I'm thinking I want it to go that way like that. So I'm going to just glue that while that's in place. So that is going to go in the corner, and that's the piece that I've cut out of just there. I'm going to take a piece from here now, so just keep cutting away at your drawing, keep putting the paper back on. I've gone right to the top on that one, on that edge. So pop that down there, line it all up. So I'm looking at all these bits that I've cut out, lining it up. Now this bit, it's a bit hard for me to pick it up with this plaster, was there. I cut it out there. You could move it away, that looks quite nice like that, or you could turn it round and put it that way. Not sure which I prefer. I think I quite liked it like that. So as it was, like that, moving it away to there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it there. And when you've had enough and you've done all the cutting out that you want to do from your colouring, that's when you stick this middle bit down. This, obviously, if you cut really small pieces, they're going to be really tricky to glue. So I think that's all lined up. I'm just making sure it's all lined up. That was there. So I'm going to bring that out to about there. That will work. Okay. So now I'm thinking about these two bits. I don't think I'm going to use those bits, you know. Not sure, I don't think I'll do that, but what I will do is, because I've got a bit of space here, so I might cut a bit of a longer one there as my last one. So, put that back on there. Line all those bits up. with my stuck down pieces. Yeah, that's fine. I took that from there and I'm going to turn it and stick it there like that. You see how I've sort of gone into that space. Now, that's finished. I'm not going to use that. It looks a bit like a seascape to me. Now, carefully, I'm going to turn that over. Now, this is the bit where you've got to be really careful with your glue, because you might have some really delicate bits that you don't want to be ripped off when you're putting the glue on. Try and make sure you catch all the bits with the glue. You can always lift the ends up if there's a bit that's not stuck down. There. So I've got glue on most of, glue's coming off the end now. So I've not put any there yet, I'm just going to, I'll lift it up to do that. So carefully going to the top, and I'm working my way around this drawing to just make sure they're all meeting up with those bits. Really carefully pressing it down. Then having a look where I might need to add a little bit more glue. Need to put some there. Just checking because I didn't put that on. I need to do this bit. Not got much there, have I? Just trying to get off. Yeah. And then just this up, that piece there. So just take your time looking for the areas that need that bit of extra glue on it. Okay, got some here. So I think that's about it really on mine. So there is my piece. Can you see that? Now how best to hold it for you. There. It's like a game with this camera. There. So you can create, yours will look beautiful. And they'll all look completely different. And like I say, you've got these bits as well that you might want to stick on in areas. You might want to go around the whole thing in black felt tip or a different colour. That might look nice. I'm just thinking that might look nice if I went round it in blue felt tip all around the edges. That might look quite good. Okay, so you have fun with that, just seen a bit more that's not stuck down. You have fun with that, take your time with it, be careful with the scissors and make sure your colouring in is nice and neat, and I think you'll go home with something really nice there. Okay then, so I'll see you again soon.